Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another review. Today, we are going to review Silo Season 2, Episode number 6, Barricades. IMDb gave it another 7.3. What is going on with these 7.3s, man? It's
I disagree with that wholeheartedly. This show is fire.
you know what? IMDb people, just stop it. Just stop giving it
That's the
reviews
default
or
to
rating.
7.3. Like every show
Exactly.
gets
It's just like,
7.3.
just stop it. You know what I'm saying? Or who knows? Maybe it could be because it's an Apple show. And Amazon owns IMDb. Who knows?
Probably could be hating. Who knows?
I'm just saying.
It could be hating.
So what do you think about this episode, man? This joint is just like fire.
We're learning a lot. We're
Yeah.
learning about, what's going on down low. We're learning like the Sheriff Billings is learning a lot about how he's a sucker and all this stuff. And he's been told a bunch of lies.
Herb,
and he don't like it.
He's a herb.
When Bernard was like, I lost the sheriff, I laughed so hard, man.
I know.
He's like, I lost the sheriff. Like, that was funny to me. But like, basically, the Sheriff Billings is like, holy crap, the up top guys are liars. I can't trust anything they're telling me. Because he basically, when he did the phone call with Bernard, he's like, hey, we found them. And he's like, when are you going to bring him in? They're like, well, not so fast.
I need an investigation first. But, here's this thing, though, right? Billings is kind of interesting because he's like, I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I care about the law.
But the pact,
Right. But here's the thing. The law is flawed. I mean, the law basically says kill whoever you can to like continue to cover up the story. There are no laws.
From Bernard's perspective, Bernard is 100% right. You have to do all these things to keep everything in line. And so, but because Billings is a worker bee, he's not part of the top. He doesn't know all these things.
Yeah.
So from his perspective, he's like, we want to follow the pact and whatever. Bernard's like, we're going to lose the silo. All right, we got to stop this right now. These guys it'll turn into a bigger problem if we don't knock this out right now. And they have to. This was crazy to me is that this stuff has happened in the silo so many times. They have a Bible for it. What happens? Prepare for war. Tell you what to do next. And he's like, it's all follow the order. These
Kill Mechanical.
Did the food thing. Yeah, he's a blame Mechanical. Did the food thing. They're all in order. And it's all going according to plan. And so, like, that's to me is crazy that they've done it so many times. They wrote a book about it.
Yeah.
So, from Bernard's perspective, he's 100% right. Doesn't matter the information you have. This is what you got to do. Because if you do not do this, they will overthrow the silo and everyone's going to die. So, I think, unfortunately, Bernard is like the unsung hero of this story right now.
How so?
Really think about it. No, because listen, if Bernard doesn't get this thing under control, everybody's gonna go outside and kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, from that perspective, Bernard is the hero of the story. He has to get this thing solved, and everybody's the impediment to him solving it.
I see what you're saying, right? However, wow, he has a really weird way of showing his love because he has killed a lot of people, dude. A lot of people.
Yes. He's killed quite a few people.
Quite a few people. So if you talk about Knox and Shirley, right? I knew they were going to link up. I knew it. Didn't you know?
Yeah, they're looking at him like, throw this drink down. Let's go. Like,
I was waiting for the kiss. I was like, when's the kiss coming? Come on. See, a lot of this stuff is obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you have to, it's okay that it's obvious because it's a really good show, right? They devised a really serious plan because they figured out that Bernard is crazy, yo. Bernard was like, let's kill them slowly. Give them rat poison, yo. Put rat poison on there.
That's wild. They gave these guys rat. Because the other thing is, like, there's like two people that everyone's upset about down in deep. Everybody else is the innocent bystander. He's like, kill everybody down there. Like, what?
Gave him rat poison.
Mechanical.
I was like, whoa, right? So they were like, okay, well, we're not getting any food, like through the chutes, right? Through the I guess the equipment chutes or whatever, right? So they were like, okay, they're gonna barricade this joint at 1:30. That's where we start, dropping the food. And so they were
Yeah.
like, how about we settle for 120, floor 120? And I'm like,
Dude, that
wow.
was brilliant. To get them to move it up to 120 is brilliant. Because
And
you're
how
like,
did,
"Oh, it's a truce now." They're like,
Mhm,
"Okay, truce." Like, "Wait
right.
a minute, what you do?"
And then Bernard was like, hmm. So we gave up floor 120. Do you know what's on 120? The farm. Like literally, they took the farm. Like literally, they
Yeah.
got 40 acres
Yeah.
and a mule. Literally, I'm just like, whoa, okay, this is crazy. So, but Bernard, man,
Mhm.
he was doing a lot of like,
He's
just
under
like,
pressure, bro.
yeah, he was just like, I was like, and then there was an emotional part there too. When he was
Mhm.
sitting there with the judge, sitting at a dead
Mhm.
body, which enforces my theory that he did not originally kill
Yeah.
the
You
judge.
think so? You still think so? You might be right. I think you might be right. I think maybe you just knocked her out. But like he could tell that he's under pressure because there's no one else he can talk to that understands what's happening. He
No.
talked to somebody from another silo.
And he
And
knew
nobody
he
else
screwed up.
gets what's going on.
He knew he screwed
Yeah.
up when by killing her. It was like, wow. He even said he was like, wow, this I have no one else to talk to. I can't talk to Sims because Sims is
Mhm.
trying to get my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Sim don't understand what's going on. Like,
Right. So what does he do? He says, I'm going to make this guy who was down in the mills my
that's
shadow.
wild. Because now you got to tell everybody, hey, that guy that we condemned to death a minute ago, yeah, he's my under too. Like
So
what?
let me ask you this: so if you become, so if that person becomes his shadow, he then has to
Mhm.
tell him everything what the silo is all about, right?
Yes, he needs to tell him everything. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
But he's kind of
It's
part of the
crazy.
rebellion, though, like a sleeper type.
Yeah.
He's kind of part of it. So I'm just like,
Well,
wow,
I
okay,
think he just wants information. He wants to know how everything works. Like that's how his brain is. Like I need to understand this thing.
yeah,
And so there's a lot of impossible questions that you can't ask and you're not supposed to know about that he wants to know. And I think Bernard has a very good understanding about what happened in the world and everything that's going on inside the silo. I think he knows a lot because of IT and also being like just being connected to all this stuff. He has to know because they got to confiscate all this stuff, and then
yeah.
he doesn't just confiscate; he's looking into what it was.
Mhm.
So I think he has a great understanding about the world.
Definitely, if it's electronics, like okay, like hack into this stuff, see what's going on. But you know what?
Mhm.
He screwed up. Like, it's kind of interesting because, like in the first season, when Juliet
Mhm.
had like the hard drive, he just completely destroyed it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
he smashed.
why wouldn't you want to know what was on it, right? Just like
Mhm.
this is forbidden technology, but it's a hard drive, so that means
Yeah,
something is on it, right?
yeah,
But was I can't remember, but was Juliet able to see what was on the
yeah,
hard
yeah.
drive?
Because the reason why he smashed it is because they used the hard drive to have that video about what outside looks like.
Right.
That's why he
Mm,
smashed it. And he
okay.
realized like, oh no, there's other things on here I should have looked into
Mm,
for it. Like, it's like emotional thing.
right.
But like the video of outside looking nice, that's wrong. Like, I don't know why they tell people or show people that. Because downstairs he's showing them as a desolate, ruined wasteland, which is the true thing. And then you put in their visor, everything's great. It's nice and great. It's nice and sunny outside. And then you go clean and you die. So like I guess it's to get people to clean. I don't know. I never understood that logic by why you have to clean.
Right. Why even have a the silo's kind of interesting because it's like, why even
Mhm.
have a policy that if someone says I want to go outside, that means
You gotta throw them out immediately.
you are going to die. That means we are putting you outside to die, but
Mhm.
we're going to help you die because we're not going to give you the proper tape. So again,
Mhm.
and remember, when Juliet walked over the hill, they
Mhm.
showed all the bodies she had to walk through, right?
Yeah, she had walked through a lot of bodies in another silo.
And
So.
that was like at her silo. And then when she went to the other silo, silo 17, and had to
Mhm.
walk through all those other bodies because there was an uprising, they killed each other. Bernard is
Mhm.
trying to prevent this from happening to silo 18.
Yeah.
how can he do that? Because the down deep, they can produce these sort of like metal weapons. They're not guns, but they're pipes,
Yeah.
they're hammers, they're tools, and they came ready to fight. And they were like, yo, the
Bro.
Raiders were like, we need guns.
When he said, "You'll kill 10 of us, but you're not gonna make it either," though,
Right.
they're like, "Oh, word.
Our boy
All
was
right,
like,
let's talk about
mm-mm.
this."
And see, and that was, okay, so when he
Mhm.
said that, I was like, I started clapping, right? The reason why I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
clapping
yeah.
is because so many times we watch movies and TV series and
Mhm.
we see one person beating up 50 people.
Yeah, yeah, it's like, that's ridiculous.
And so someone said, and so when Knox said, okay, it's 50 of us. Okay, you can
Mhm.
use your guns, but you're only going to kill a few of us. We're still going to bum rush you. We're still going to be able to get to you.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah,
said
yeah.
something that was completely true in that situation. I've never heard that before in
Mhm.
anything I've ever watched. Like, okay, you have guns, but it's 100 of us. Once we bum rush you, you can't kill all of us. So
Oh, it's
you're
a
going
wrap.
to
Once you
die
start
too.
shooting, it's a wrap, man.
Right, exactly. So I was like, when I heard that, I thought that was really refreshing because you just don't
Mhm.
hear it. And you watch. I mean, this is art, so a lot of this stuff is unrealistic. But when are
Yeah.
we going to stop with one person beating up 50 people? And these are like, it's so weird because when you have this one person in a circle,
Mhm.
surrounded by 50 people, only one person at a time is coming at them, right? And it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah, yeah, everyone's waiting. That's
yeah,
not what's gonna happen in real life. They're gonna
no.
hold you down when they all beat you. Like, that's
Right, exactly. It's just like I'm like, no, no, no. On a block, like 10 people will rush you at once,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
So
the
it's
thing. You probably killed maybe 2, 3 people at best, and
yeah.
you ain't gonna make it after that.
Mhm. So when they first started, like when they brought up the power saw and they were sawing the concrete, I didn't know what they were
Mhm.
trying to do. I thought that what they were trying to do was create a hole in
Mhm.
the stairs, but that would take them down, and they were trying to get up, right?
It was 2 groups. So the group where Shirley was, that was on the side, and they got a bunch of people up there, and then the other people are on the stairs. They pulled the door down, and
Right.
both sides are running at the same time to overlap.
Right. So they basically created a hole in the concrete
Mhm.
to put this winch in. That's it. They didn't like,
Yeah.
create a hole to go through it,
No,
because
no,
they
because
kept
they
saying,
came out of the security door, the storage, whatever.
mhm,
They dug a hole in the storage locker room, and a bunch of people
oh right,
climbed
right,
up
right.
that.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the when they dug into the ground on the
Mhm,
stairs where they like, how you
right.
gonna fix that? Like, you got concrete? Like, what how you gonna fix that?
The
You
mechanics.
erect the stairs,
The
yeah.
mechanics show they can make it there. They have everything in the silo.
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know,
basically.
for real. So and then the guy, one of the I guess one of the technicians who was at the video monitor, he was like, I have something to say because his aunt was basically saying like, hey,
Yeah, she's like, "I
they
was about to get gully down here."
and so he was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And so then he went and
Mhm,
told Sims, Sims have
mhm.
to Sims his they need to clean up his story, right?
He's defeated right now, man.
Common like
He's not liking being judged.
watching Common in a lot of stuff, like I said previously, it's like
Mhm.
he's rapping, but he's like speaking a role, And so that cadence is like the Common cadence, and I'm just like, I don't know about this. I don't know if he can get this off,
It's hard. I don't think I've ever seen him anything. I'm like, oh, that's not common. Like
Mhm.
everything, you know what I'm saying? Like you can
Right.
watch Denzel or a bunch of other people that can do other roles, or like Tom Cruise, a perfect example. Tom Cruise puts on a fighter jet helmet. I'm like, that guy's a fighter pilot. Like
Dude.
instantly, I'm like, it's a fighter pilot. It's not
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, it's a fighter pilot. Common, I see him in a bunch of roles, and I'm like, that's rapper Common. Like,
Yeah.
I don't never look at him like this is engineer Common. This is whatever.
No.
Like that's rapper.
It's one Common. It was like when I was watching American Gangster, and like when he brought his
Mhm.
brothers to New York
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Harlem,
yeah, same
and he was
thing,
like, and
same thing.
when they went into the crack house, excuse me, he was like, all the women were wearing no clothes. He's like, why are they wearing no clothes? I thought that was a rap verse, you know. just like, okay, I want to hear some like bars after that. So I'm just like, so Common, it's very hard to follow his
He's
character because there's no distinction between
yeah,
the real Common and his character because
yeah,
it's the
he's just
same
not.
voice the whole nine.
I like Common as a rapper. I liked him a long time, but
Mhm.
he doesn't have strong range.
No.
Like you're like Idris Elba in a role like that. That guy he pretended like he was from Baltimore for like 6 years, and I thought he was from Baltimore before when I saw the show. Like, yo, who's this guy? Wait, he's British? What? So like there's people that they're really good in their roles, and you're like,
And he's
I they just
British,
completely keep you
exactly.
out of it.
And he's British,
But like
exactly.
yeah. And Common is not one of them, at least so far in his acting career.
I
He's done a
had
lot of stuff.
no
He's been acting a long time.
idea that Idris Elba was English when I was watching The Wire. No idea.
Right? That's how
None.
good a job he did.
You know,
He did a
no
great
idea.
job.
So before we wrap this up, they only showed Julia and Solo for maybe
For
like
like
7 minutes.
two, 3 minutes. It was
Yeah,
short. It was
exactly.
real short.
So I mean, she's recovering. She's on antibiotics, and old boy hid
Mhm,
the fireman suit and the helmet, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna give it back
mhm.
to you, but you got to fix the water pump," and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
He
you're gonna
walked
get your
away
suit
like,
back.
dude, I saw this.
Exactly.
Like, what?
Yeah, you're gonna get your suit back, and you got to go underwater and fix the water pump. I don't know if she's gonna have an oxygen tank or anything like that, but
She's gonna
that's
need
what she
it.
has to do. Yeah.
Gonna
So
have to pump that out. She's gonna need an oxygen tank,
it's
like
crazy.
a real one.
Uh, like
He's up there stomping his foot,
I'm
like.
just doing it like whoosh, whoosh. Like, dude, that's not gonna work. I need a lot more oxygen and a lot faster for real.
Mhm.
So we are talking about Silo season 2, episode number 6, Barricades. Keo, what are you gonna rate this episode?
It's a 10, man. This episode was crazy. This is how good this episode was. Juliet, she wasn't even in the story
No,
for like 7 minutes,
that's
and
it.
it was fine.
Yeah,
Everything moved forward. A bunch of story stuff happened. Exciting things happened. There was action, suspense. The storyline was really compelling. The actors, they all great. Everyone was cooking on this show. There's nobody I was like, oh, this guy's on screen again. Everything was cooking. Like this show is spectacular. I'm a huge fan of this series, and I can't wait for the next episode.
yeah. I'm also giving it a 10, and I decided that I am going to change all of my eights and nines to 10. So right now we have 6 episodes. I'm giving every episode a 6. I'm sorry, a 10 because it's
Mhm,
just fire. And the EPs and the directors and the showrunners and everything else with this series,
mhm,
you have to be really on point to keep things moving every
mhm.
episode to make every episode fire. And here's the thing,
Yeah.
we're not killing anyone, we're not shooting, we're not slicing
Yes.
anyone up, you know,
Mhm.
we're not terrorizing people, in terms of like, nuclear bombs and things like that. This is mostly a battle between, they call them rebellions, the down
It's
deep,
the
the mechanical,
minds. It's a
right?
battle of the
Exactly.
minds.
Exactly. That's all, and this is how
Mhm.
brilliant the show is. So we both gave it a 10. Are you thinking about changing your reviews, your ratings for the previous episodes?
I think so. Like I like this show's really good. Like this
Yeah.
this is a tour de France about how to put a show together
Yeah.
and to make a compelling show with interesting characters. There's not a character in this season that I'm like, oh my god, I hate this person. I can't wait to get off screen. Like everybody I like.
Even
Everybody I want to know more about them. How'd you
yeah.
get here? What has happened to you? I like all these characters. I'll be bummed if anybody dies and doesn't make it. I like everybody that's going on right now. So
Yeah.
I for sure I agree. I would change it.
This may
I love
be
this show, man.
this may be the only show. We've been doing this for
Mhm.
what, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So this may be the only show series,
Mhm.
with episodes, episodic, that I'm giving all tens to. I mean, that I may give all
Yeah, we
tens
know
to.
for sure. We haven't done anything on this level that I'm like, yo, this fight like this is a
Yeah.
standout show.
And
No questions
even
asked.
even with Foundation, I was looking at our reviews of Foundation. For me,
Mhm.
the last 4 or 5 episodes, I gave a 10 to. Even the first 5, I was like a 5, a 9, maybe 9.5. They
Mhm.
weren't quite a 10, right?
Mhm.
And that's serious stuff too. Silo is serious, but this
The
is fire.
This is out of here, man. This is a great show. It's a really good show.
Great show. We are talking about Silo season 2, episode number 6, Barricades. We both
Mhm.
gave it a 10. Go check it out. It's on Apple TV. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.